Hi everyone, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me. Here I'm showing you Google Earth where we got black diamond pool and also sapphire pool. Different things that I've read, but evidently it was sapphire pool that had the hydrothermal eruption. Some of the rocks and debris that came shooting out of sapphire pool were as large as people's heads. They are so lucky they weren't injured. The violent eruption, the only maybe warning they would have had was heavy steam that they viewed before the eruption, and here you can see where they started to run. They are so lucky they weren't killed. And I want to zoom into this because you can see some of the large rocks that were ejected here. Look at that. It's off on the side, the left side of this image. Yeah, luckily no one was hurt. They're saying that the boardwalk is damaged though. Let me pull this down. It occurred at 9:45 a.m. and supposedly destroyed the boardwalk, and of course all the tourists went running. This area is now closed for people's safety. The video, which I'll give you a link to, is from the March family who was visiting from California, and they were at Biscuit Basin when it erupted. Steve and his wife were on the boardwalk with their 2 sons and a guide from one of the tour groups. The only indication anything would have been amiss is that there was heavy steam going on there at Sapphire Pool before the eruption. But if you look in the back, yeah, there's a lot of heavy steam there too. They said they were walking towards Jewel Geyser when their guide pointed out the steam, and then suddenly, yeah, there was a hydrothermal eruption there at Sapphire Pool. I guess it's never been witnessed before, he said. And literally a moment later, there was this massive explosion and a massive amount of rock from Black Diamond Pool. So maybe they both erupted? I don't know. Let me go back to the other image. Yeah, because see behind here? This would be Sapphire in the front, and then I don't know, possibly back over here, Sapphire Pool was also emitting a lot of steam. Steve described the eruption of Black Diamond Pool as a mushroom cloud of black water. That's pumice. Let me go to the other image. That's pumice. Yeah, the debris was hurled hundreds of feet into the air. In the video, you can hear it pelting the boardwalk as people ran. Steve said that his guide yelled, "Run!" And so, yeah, they grabbed the 2 kids and ran for their lives. The mother-in-law, who is evidently older and can't walk or run very fast, was probably up over here. When they were reunited with the mother-in-law, she was covered in mud from head to toe. So from the eyewitness accounts, it sounds like Sapphire Pool was emitting a heavy amount of steam, and then that's when the Black Diamond Pool erupted. Rather confusing. He also said that there was pieces of wood sticking out from the boardwalk from where the eruption occurred. Let me go down to this one here. And that Yellowstone Rangers arrived within 5 minutes of the eruption and closed off the area. According to the National Park Service, Black Diamond Pool has been infrequent with eruptions since the earthquake they had in 2006, and it's been inactive since 2016. The pool has erupted twice this year. Its last eruption was on May 7th. It was formed by a hydrothermal eruption in the Biscuit Basin. It usually appears full of murky blue water that overflows into several surrounding pools. And the pool has an average temperature of 148 degrees. And yeah, it's highly acid water. The boardwalk was covered in mud, debris, and some kind of white substance that he initially thought was salt, but that's not salt. So I thought I would check what's going on at Old Faithful and their webcam. It's one of the closest monitors that I have to this area where the hydrothermal eruption happened. You can see we got, yeah, shaking going on. I only have one monitor that's actually working, and that's the one at Yellowstone Lake. That's a borehole. We got a little dark steam going on. I have some other images for you of the damage to the boardwalk. I'm going to zoom in because if you look at the size of some of these rocks, look at the end of the boardwalk, that large chunk, and over here, let me zoom in. They are so lucky. Supposedly no one was injured. Blew a hole right out of that bench there. Yeah, they are so lucky. God's angels were watching over people. Look at that. And to think that that one mother-in-law was somewhere over in this area. I'm sure she's got some injuries from flying debris. Yeah, she'll probably feel it later, won't she? Look at the, yeah, the wood. She could have been impaled by that wood from this eruption. So here we have the monitor. It's a borehole from Yellowstone Lake. Yeah, conveniently for them, I can't get the other data to upload. It was supposed to have been at 9:44 a.m. So we got 47, 46. Oops, went off the line. Supposedly at, or 9:45, somewhere in there. We do have one small quake. What I did notice for the data that I did get downloaded, let me see if I can find it again, because I seen some tornadoes, screw waves. Yeah, so I was looking at 14:44 universal time. That would have been 9:45 a.m. local time. Yeah, we got some tornadoes right here at 18:19, I believe that is. So that would have been at 1:19 p.m. local time. And there's a small quake there. Let's go to the spectrograms. Let me go back up over here where I seen the tornadoes. 1807, you can see it here. Yeah, we got 3 of them, possibly 4 right there. Screw waves. All right, they're moving the camera a little bit. I did get the monitor for Old Faithful, which is the closest monitor to start working. So I'm currently downloading the data, and I'll show you that in a minute. Taking a look at the back basin there. Let me show you on Google Earth the back basin compared to where this eruption occurred at. So here we got the Biscuit Basin, the Black Diamond Pool, and then over here, let me bring it out, bear with me. Alright, right there. There's the monitor for Old Faithful. Right there. Okay, and this is where they have the camera. Okay, and then we'll come back out. Okay, and it's up over here. So they're looking, the camera is looking to the back of where Black Diamond Pool is at. Back in this location. Now, supposedly the parking lot in that area is closed, but the Grand Loop Road is still open. And yeah, we got some vibrations going on with the camera. A few birds flying around in front of it. I don't know if you can see them. One just went by there, and it keeps stopping and reloading. So I'm going to go back to the data. Okay. So you are seeing this at the same time as what I'm seeing it. This is the when I just downloaded it just now. And yeah, so this would have been 14:45, 9:45 a.m. at Old Faithful, and it just shows up as a little blip. Let me extract that. Yeah, it looks mostly like fault movement. Yeah. Okay, and I want to look at the rest of it. We got a quake right somewhere in here. If I can find it. Right there. There's some popping of the ground. 18... Was it 51? Hard for me to read that. Yeah, 1851 Universal Time. So that would have been at 1:51 p.m. local time. Looks like we got another. It's not going to show. Yeah, in such a rush to get this out, I didn't have a chance to enlarge it on my download part. A lot of fault movement. But this is Old Faithful. Let me go to the spectrogram. Yeah. Okay, so I'm up over here for 1445. Doesn't really show me much other than heated water during that time. Yeah, you can see down over here, the brighter the color, the hotter it is. So we probably got gases coming up, and then the heated water during that time. Let me pull it over a little bit. And you can see it settled down a little tiny bit. Not much. Okay. This here is a notice that USGS put out on its volcanoes.usgs.gov website around 10 a.m., but other reports are saying 9:45. Today, July 23rd, a small hydrothermal explosion occurred at Yellowstone National Park at Biscuit Basin thermal area, about 2.5 or 2.1 miles north of Old Faithful. Numerous videos of the event were recorded by visitors. The boardwalk was damaged, but there is no reports of injuries. The explosion appeared to originated near, well, they're not being specific, at Black Diamond Pool. Biscuit Basin, including the parking lot and boardwalk, are temporarily closed for visitors' safety. The Grand Loop Road remains open. Yellowstone National Park geologists are investigating the event. Hydrothermal explosions occur when water suddenly flashes to steam underground, and they are relatively common. They are not common. The last time, let me show you, that I know of, I could be wrong, my memory might be failing me, you know, I am almost 70, was in 1980 at Pork Chop Geyser. And look at the sizes of those rocks. Let me see if I can go to another image. I might be wrong on the date. I might have put 1980, but under my notes I have 1989. One of the geologists that investigated this eruption, look at the size of those boulders. He recently passed away a couple years ago. So anyways, yeah, they are not that common. Suddenly flash to steam. Suddenly superheated water. Was that mother-in-law? Was she injured? Was she burned? She was covered in head to toe with the mud. Yeah, sending prayers. I hope she's okay. So here's a still capture. They want it on the video to be credited to his wife, Videla March. Here's another screen capture. You can see how dark that steam is, and I often talked about the dark steam that you see at Yellowstone. Yeah, this is because the magma rises up and melts the rock, and the steam has got the particles of the rock coming up with that steam. Not all rock melts at the same temperature. Yeah, the sparkling pool is not pool. Look at all the cars, all the visitors that were there. See them in the background? What a mess. There's another still capture of the, rocks. Another still capture. You can see the damage to the railings there on the boardwalk. Yeah, see all the smaller rocks and then the larger rocks, and yeah. Now there's another video going around mine, supposedly showing hot lava under the ground, but it's actually a video of underground coal fire. Let me move this forward a little bit. You got to be aware of a lot of fake people putting out fake videos. This is a coal fire, an underground coal fire. This is not Yellowstone. Another video, I'll give you a link to it. It'll be in the information down below box from another person. I believe it's a ranger who's escorting the people to get them out of the area, explaining to him it's still very dangerous. Told him to take his hand, hold his hand as they walked across one area. There's another image of one of the boulders. Look at that stuff and the damage to the boardwalk. I don't know if you can see, but there is a hole in the boardwalk right here, right about knee level, in front of this man with the city t-shirt on. This here is the fella that's telling them to evacuate from the area. He does have a name tag on, but he doesn't have Yellowstone garb. He's got some bear spray. He's the one that was saying, you know, hold my hand as you walk through this area. And down at the bottom you can see more rocks. Reaching out to help the one boy with the city t-shirt to get across that area. I keep saying it's an active volcano. And yeah, they thought, okay, that's great. We got an exciting moment that we got to experience. I mean, this guy's just standing there. He's not leaving as being told to do. And they just want to, yeah, take in the moment. So many people just, disasters mean nothing to them. They don't prepare. They don't take it serious that they are walking on an active volcano, and any volcano can erupt just like this hydrothermal eruption at any moment with no notice at all. People could have been impaled by this debris. Look at this. Looks like some more holes or more debris. Yeah, it was an act of God that they weren't injured gravely or even killed. Yeah, so we got holes. Looks like the board was shoved up possibly here. We got holes in the boardwalk. More damage to the boardwalk. Yep, and everything is normal. Nothing unusual going on at Yellowstone. Absolutely nothing. They still have it color-coded green. Some more images of the debris. Another person just standing there taking pictures. Not leaving like they were told. This guy's got his camera or his phone, and he's grinning, looking back towards the boardwalk. Yeah, you can see how dark that steam is. I have seen it darker there at Yellowstone. Those of you that follow me will remember it was black as coal. Can you see all the people? Look at how many there are when they look back. The one family is actually leaving, who videotaped this. But yeah, you can't fix stupid, right? Here at this moment of the video, I can't show you the video. I already got one copyright strike. And then I got a slap on the hand, whatever, from YouTube because it wasn't appropriate for rainbows and puppy dogs and things like that. But in this video here, the woman is saying that how everything is destroyed and she's still trembling. But yet you got people there smiling and laughing, and yeah, I think of the Darwin Awards. The woman's going, oh my God, holy shit. Yeah, I'm really shaking. But yet you got these other people who just don't realize what this means. Here you can see we got a crack in the ground from uplift from the eruption. Right there, you can see the discoloration. A little bit more of the view of the uplift. And the people actually just standing around. One guy's actually going the wrong way. He's not evacuating. I'll give you a link to this too, but here's the beginning of the eruption, and the guy, you know, he described it as a mushroom cloud. Right there. From this view of the eruption, it doesn't look like anyone was along that one stretch of the boardwalk that got most of the debris. Thank God for his angels. I don't know if this woman here was part of the guide service, but she was, she yelled, "Oh shit," and yelling them to run, run, run. You know, if there is a volcanic eruption at Yellowstone, you can't outrun it. No, you can't. You can't outdrive it. Pyroclastic flows travel at about 160 miles an hour with hot rocks and gas and up to about 800 degrees temperature. So I'm going to end this video with this. It's taken me a little bit to put it together. I had to shut down and restart my computer to get the data to download. But yeah, this is probably the majority of the population's idea. Oh, it's so pretty. When he was at Yellowstone and watching its eruption, you can't outrun when Yellowstone finally does decide to go off. Hopefully it doesn't go off for a while, but it is in fact recharging for another eruption, and God controls when that happens. So what are your thoughts? Put your comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless you all. Bye.